Hello and welcome friends, Frenzy here, bringing you more Kerbal Space Program mod overview. Today, we're looking at Real Chutes. Real Chutes, not too surprisingly, giving you more realistic parachutes. Not only is this one of my favorites mods, just aesthetically, like pleasing mods, but it's a must in terms of gameplay, adding some more realism. And if I ever do a new clean install for Kerbal Space Program and I'm putting mods in there, this one is always going to be in there. I love Real Chutes. You're seeing me here playing around with so many different parameters within the action groups menu that you can do for each parachute. They have presets you can kind of just select if you just want to kind of zip through and you're not too worried about things like pre-deployment height, deployment altitude, auto cut altitude, deployment speed. So there's so much you can do with this. Even switching from a single chute to a triple chute, so getting more of that Apollo or Orion kind of look, which is really cool, that I really enjoy. So they do have some presets again if you just kind of want to get in quickly. You can see there's options for Kerbin, Eve, Duna, Lathe. So those, not surprisingly, those planets with atmospheres. So all these parameters and things can change. You'll see me here just kind of messing around, more for the sake of doing so than for any other reason. For this particular craft, before we jump out there and go check out what's going on, basically I just made some drogue chutes. I usually don't even use drogue chutes, but I thought it'd be kind of a fun thing to take a look at as we head out to the launch pad. We're just basically going to go straight up pretty much to get some speed, so that way when we come back down we're really getting some speed, and you'll get to see some of the things that can come into play when using Real Chutes. So unlike Kerbal Space Program, you can't just kind of go in as fast as you want and those chutes will still deploy. You have to consider maybe doing an aero break or two, maybe coming in, maybe using some kind of assisted, landing maneuver mechanism, whatever it may be, to slow yourself down. So that is something you have to take into consideration, particularly if you're using something like far or near, where those aerodynamics are going to be pretty realistic for the most part. Sometimes you'll come in, like a bullet. So you need to find ways to slow yourself down. So not necessarily as I'm doing here, just to simply demonstrate, particularly if you're coming back from interplanetary or the moon in particular too. You can't just straight go into Kerbin because those chutes, they will not deploy if you're going too fast. So you have to take that into consideration to give yourself some braking as I fly back into the atmosphere quickly here, ditching that second stage, or third stage, I guess, technically speaking. But we are coming down really fast, as you'll see, and it should pop up in a moment here. Yes, warning, chute deployment unsafe. So if I were to simply deploy the chutes, basically it would just break. I would have no parachutes. And so we don't want to do that. So you have to take into consideration how fast you're going. And it can depend on your angle and some other factors as well. But mostly it's speed-based. You'll see me, it's gone away. I've deployed some drogue chutes because I'm coming in hot. So we want to make sure we slow ourselves down a little bit before we deploy those main chutes. And you don't technically have to do this, but it's kind of a fun thing to do. Perhaps there are more people that are way more creative than I that might be able to put this to better use, to a more realistic use, let's say. But again, I highly recommend you check out this mod. It's a blast, to be honest. I fairly enjoy it, and you'll see here in a second as my main chutes begin to pop up. Because even with these drogue chutes deployed, I'm still going way too fast, and we don't want to explode on impact. So we're going to go ahead and cut the drogue chutes, and then we're going to go ahead and deploy that main triple chute, which looks just fantastic, swaying in the wind, as it were. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed. Again, please feel free to like, subscribe. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and do so. And I hope you guys have had a good time with this, and I'll see you next time.